If you have been wanting to do a podcast or wanting to go live on video and do more live video streaming, but you've stopped yourself in the past, today is the day that we change all of that. We are broadcasting live through the Amazon platform, the influencer platform. We are about to hit the go live over there. And then we are broadcasting and multi streaming on let's make sure this is the right number, 8 other platforms, multi streaming. And I want to inspire you to do the same. So this show, broadcasting on YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitch and through the Amazon Live platform, we'll be showing products and inspirational items for you to kick it off. This will be an exciting show, but let's cue the intro as we kick off the Amazon live stream over here so that they can join us at the same time. And it's Coach Deb here. And welcome, Tyra. I always love when you're here early on the show. Exciting to see you. So let's kick off the show in one moment. And those of you who are tuning in live, let me know in the comments where you are tuning in from. So let's go live on Amazon and let's kick off the show.
Tony Robbins once said, "Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you'll experience in your life." And we concur. This is Believe You Can, the BYC Show. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and learn the process of fulfilling your dreams. You were made for more. You were meant to inspire the world. You have everything you need within you right now. What will you decide to be, to do, to have? Welcome to Believe You Can. And now your host, Coach Deb Cole.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, aloha, Coach Deb here. It's always good to have a preview when you are streaming to 8 different platforms, and the Amazon Live influencer platform has a slight delay. So we like to kick it off on the other platform. So thank you for joining. I'm going to take a sip of water really quick. And what I want to ask you to put in the comments, no matter what platform you are streaming in from or watching, first of all, tell me which platform you are joining me on, and then in the comments, and then tell me if you've been wanting to start a podcast or if you've been wanting to do more live video, but you've stopped yourself in the past. Tell me why in the comments, and we will talk about that today. And since we are streaming on the Amazon Live influencer platform, I will be talking about my favorite books and my favorite journal. Actually, probably one of my favorite books in the world that has changed my life, which is Awaken the Giant Within from Tony Robbins, or by Tony Robbins. And then this is the Dreams Journal we'll be also highlighting. So go ahead, as I take a sip of water, tell me what has stopped you in the past. Okay, one moment. Perhaps it's thirst, like right now. So Annie, by the way, it's great to see those of you who are joining in live. I see Andy, I see Mike Hurd, I see Annie Wong, I see Tyra Hoyt. Great to see you. I saw you right early in the beginning. I love that you join every week, every Tuesday. We missed 2 weeks because I'm in the process of potentially moving and I had to leave my home office. So the joys of things going on live. And it looks like, YouTube and not knowing what you're doing. Okay, so this is great. So Tyra just joined in. She's been watching on a weekly basis, and you've been wanting to do more videos, but you're not sure what you're doing. What you are doing. So let's talk about that. And the other thing too, let me know if you've read Tony Robbins' book, and I'll make sure that I've got this in the carousel here. The first book, by the way, I'm going to highlight that if you are watching on Amazon Live, is the book that I wrote. It has my old last name, so don't be wondering, like, how is that her book? Yep. Girls change their name when they get married or divorced or whatever. So this was the first book I wrote in 2006, talking about blogs, podcasts, and, believe it or not, YouTube video. And my publisher and my co-author and business partner at the time was like, oh, blog's going to be a fad. YouTube's going to be fad. It's going to come and go. And I'm like, I don't think it is. So we talked about YouTube here, but they wouldn't let me put it in the tagline. Otherwise, it would be there. But this was the first book that I wrote inspiring you to do more video and do more social media. And at the time, we couldn't even call it social media because it wasn't called that yet. It was just new media. So there was traditional media. There was the news that you would watch on your traditional television show, right? Netflix streaming hadn't really begun yet. And then all of a sudden, this cool streaming platform called YouTube first started. So we started talking about that in this book. And what's good about it is that no matter what live streaming platform or any video streaming platform, the principles of persuasion and online influence pays off and is applied to any platform. And I love it. I see my other co-author. I have to find your Clubhouse book that she wrote with me. Angie Nora, it's great to see you. Love seeing some friends here and some loyal viewers and watchers. And it looks like people are watching in from Amazon Live, from Facebook, from YouTube, and even Twitch. I'm seeing a few Twitch followers and viewers. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, Tyra, moving is becoming my middle name these last few months. It is quite a project, quite a distraction, and it's fun. So I'm sorry for missing you last week. I was thinking about you, Tyra, because I know you're here every week, loyal and watching. But let's talk a little bit about Tyra. You said not knowing what you're doing. So the first thing that I would suggest, and let's highlight this in the Amazon carousel, is start writing some ideas for video shows that you're going to do, or just video clips or video reels if you're going on Instagram, right? YouTube now has hashtag shorts, which is just like reels and it's just like TikToks. They're 1 minute or less. So that's the first thing. Start small, start short. And think mini small videos, and then start writing them in this journal. And I'm going to show you a few pages, if you'd like, on the show. About what I've been writing in this journal. So if you are joining from Amazon Live, the influencer platform, this is my favorite journal. It almost looks like the Bible here, which it will become your Bible as you write your journal, your dreams, your thoughts, your goals. I love it. I love that it says dreams. I love that it's gold embossed. And we have that highlighted if you're watching on the Amazon Live carousel. By the way, those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube, one of the things that I've been talking about with all of my clients lately and getting them the what's called first movers advantage is the Amazon Live platform. It has been around for just over 1 year, believe it or not. And we've been doing a lot of trial and error and testing and see what works, trying to break the system, see what you shouldn't do, and see how to stream the best. We'll talk about that in upcoming shows, but I just want to put that little bug in your ear. If you've been thinking about live streaming, think about Amazon Live and applying for that program. And LinkedIn Live has been around for at least 2 years, but in the beginning, a lot of people got denied. So that's been another block for some people not doing live videos. So I'm going to encourage you. They are now accepting people left and right. So if you've gotten rejected on LinkedIn Live in the past, it's okay. Apply again. And in fact, I was just on a consult last Tuesday in the morning, and we were going over to LinkedIn, and it was like all of a sudden she was able to live stream. She never got a notice. She never got an email. So if you haven't logged into LinkedIn in a while, go ahead and check, because you may have the capability to go and stream with your LinkedIn platform. So yay, honey bueno, good to see you. Another social video club member. Good to see my students. And remember, by the way, this Thursday, we won't have a club call, but it is the last Thursday of the month. And it's always when you work on your business as opposed to in your business. So I'm going to encourage any of my social video club members tuning in to the Tuesday Amazon Live show to think about what you will do this week. And I'm hoping it's do more live video. Tyra, you said not knowing what you're doing was one of the things that has stopped you. So let's start blasting through that. Grab your dreams journal, grab one of your favorite pens. And I've got to show this again because we're in the Amazon platform here. These are my favorite pens. Let me click this on, in the Amazon carousel, doing 3 things at once, maybe 4. So these are my favorite pens. What I love about them most goes with the journal is, you know how you get a pen and you put it upside down into your pen holder and you don't know what color it is that you're picking? Well, both sides, it's the color. I think one of the main reasons why I love the pen. So grab that, put it in your shopping cart if you're watching on Amazon. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can go over to BYCshow.com and you will be able to see this show streamed from the Amazon Live platform, which that's the next question that I was noticing in the comments. And people are like, what is this Amazon Live platform? We will talk about more in the coming weeks. Today, I specifically want to focus on freeing your mind. So, what are the obstacles? What are the things that has held you back? Tyra said, not knowing what she's doing. So, what's the first course of action? Perhaps get a course, get a book, watch some videos, learn more about live streaming. And sometimes for people, and I don't know if this is the case for you, Tyra, but most people, including myself, I'm like, okay, I've got to go live, but what am I going to talk about? My buddy Scott Sylvan Bell, every time I've gotten together with him, he has a journal, he has notes, and this is another, actually, I'm going to put that on the carousel too, this next one here. This is a bunch of little mini journals that fit, look at how tiny, fits in your purse, no matter how small the purse. Or if you're a dude, you could fit it in your wallet or your back pocket, right? They're super small. But what I love about them, first of all, they've got really nice sayings in the front. But what I like about them is anytime, no matter if I'm in my home office, AKA the bathroom, or otherwise known as the throne, I've got one in the bathroom. I've got one by my side bed table. I've got one in the car. I've got one in my backpack. I've got one in my purse. So I love this little packet that you see on Amazon Live, the carousels, because it comes with, I think, over a dozen, if not more, maybe 24. And at first I was like, 24 journals for this low, it's like sub $20. And then I realized, oh, because they're tiny. But what these have become my favorite ones because any video idea I get, I jot in here in my journal. It's upside down here. I jot in my journal. And that way, when I'm ready to go live, I go, oh, which book, which journal do I want to be inspired for that week or that moment? So when you're traveling, when you're walking along the beach, when you're in the park, if you're like Fun Ivy and she's doing her rock climbing in Malaysia, right? She will have an idea, even if she is out walking her dog or out rock climbing, she'll always know what to do in a live stream because the ideas are there. So that's been a big obstacle for a lot of people. And by the way, nerves, that's another thing. That's a second thing that people stop themselves from doing video. I myself get a little nervous. If you rewind this as I was kicking it off, especially because I don't have a producer here and I'm literally streaming live through StreamYard.vip to multicast, then I have to start the stream. I have to start the video. Then I have to start the stream on my phone. There's so many things to do. And then I have to remember what to say to kick off the show and then make sure the preview video gets. So there's so many things going on in my head. If you rewind this video after participating live, you'll see that there was a little bit of nerves in my voice. So if that happens to you and you think, oh my gosh, that will stop you from doing more video, let me encourage you. It happens to all of us. It happens to the best of us, right? Angie Norris, you've done TV production. You've been a host on TV show. You've been a model. I've seen lovely pictures. And Angie, right? Put in the comments, do you still get nerves? And you've done a lot of videos, if not hundreds, if not thousands, hundreds of TV shows, and yet we still get nervous. A rock star once told me that he gets nervous right before he goes live on concert on stage. And he said, I am so grateful because it means that the adrenaline is pumping through my veins and it means I'm going to give my best performance. So when you get a little bit nervous, just know that it's the adrenaline pumping up, pumping through your veins, and you're getting your heartbeat going. So you don't get on stage or you don't go live and are like, blah, 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 right? That would be a bad thing, right? And by the way, I noticed I had Honey's comment here a little bit longer than I would normally do if I was producing a show from behind the scenes. So the second thing I want to give you the tip is first, write down your ideas. Second, obviously the nerves, but the third part of that is allow yourself to make mistakes. It's okay. And then don't perseverate on the mistake or whatever it was wrong. You want to keep moving forward. In fact, since we're doing the Amazon live show, I'm going to scroll through one of my favorite posters or something hanging on my wall behind me. It's normally right there on that shelf here. It's a different one that's being replaced, but it is the Rocky Balboa motivational, and I'll hold it up here for those of you not on the BYCshow.com streaming on Amazon. And I will hold this. Let me bring the microphone so I don't lose you with your voice. Okay, so when you do make a mistake, when you do fail, when you do get knocked down, keep this in mind. Perhaps keep it. I'm going to back up here. Perhaps this is the poster that you need. And yes, it's, as you can see from the size, it's fairly large, but it's one of my favorite movie quotes. And I had to get it. And what I love is, again, you'll see Rocky Balboa is the author. Here, of course, it's a real person for all of the Italians out there. There's a comedian that does a bit about how Rocky Balboa is, not a real person, but he is. So I love this quote. If you saw that movie where he talks to his son about how the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, right? It's a mean and nasty place. And he goes on to say, I don't care how tough you are, it's going to beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to get hit, is going to hit as hard as life. Yes, you, me, or nobody. That is straight up Philly speak there, in case you are tuning in from England. I noticed there were a few people from England there. That straight up Philly speak there. So you, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't how hard you hit. This is my favorite part. But it ain't how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's how much you can take and keep moving forward. I realize I'm nodding with the poster. That's how winning is done. And if I can paraphrase Rocky's saying, is that's how video marketing is done. That's how live streams are done. That's how TV production is done. That's how just producing any video is done. I'm going to put this down on the floor and hopefully not knock anything down in the process, and almost did. There we go. So I want to encourage you that yes, you'll make mistakes. I still make mistakes, especially when you are doing all the things and you don't have that producer behind the scenes pushing the buttons and engaging with other people and commenting. Like you're commenting, you're showing the carousel on Amazon, right? I see AJ Johnson. We have a call later. It's good to see you live here. Welcome. I see you here on Amazon. Witness protection program equals name change. I love it. Yeah. So don't think that you are doing a show to be perfect. So get your ideas. Always have a journal nearby. You've got your pens. And then I want to talk a little bit about this book and a challenge for you. And I noticed there was, let me just acknowledge a few other people in the room. Hello, Steve Zellers. He says, yes, it's a superpower to be able to channel those nerves. Yes, you've been on stage, you've done video production, and there's just that part that, okay, we all get nervous. I think that's what's really important for everyone to know. We all get nervous. It's just a matter of how you can control it. And then again, the Rocky Balboa quote, it's you're going to get hit. You're going to get nervous. If you start out of the gate like I did, I was a little nervous. I don't know why. I think because there were so many things to do today. And again, I don't have that producer behind me doing it. So I'm playing producer role and what was called talent, which is live in front of the camera. But once you get going and once the show kicks off, and then I start seeing my friends and I start seeing you and you're writing your comments, you are the one that helps me calm my nerves. That will happen with you as you see your regular fans, regular guests, clients, right? They calm you and they support you. There will always be that person, or your producer's doing that, or your coach is doing that behind the scenes. And once you start talking and doing the show, all of a sudden the nerves go away and you just start performing, producing, inspiring, whatever it is that you do with your show. If you notice, my voice is now back to conversation tone as opposed to, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Am I going to do something wrong? And that's what happens in our brain. This These voices happen and come to us, whether it's a critical voice outside. So this is the next phase of believe you can and blast through some of those fears and the things that stop you from doing video. And if you notice, yes, I have my earpiece for the MEE, so I can actually hear all of the audio coming through. Hopefully it's sort of invisible, but I talked about that on the last show, but that's where it is. Now we'll hide it with the hair. If you did notice it, yep, that's one of the things that we use to get good audio feedback. But let's talk about your mindset now. I want you to, and I'm going to highlight a couple of my friends here commenting and fans and viewers. I love this, Mike. If you fail, just fail falling forwards. Yes. Yes, I love it. And by the way, I want you to inspire you to fail forward and fail. And I want to inspire to do 100 videos, 100 shows. And as we queue up the next book here in the carousel, I want you to read this book if you have not read it. If you have, read it again. And my encouragement for you as I click through here on the carousel to highlight this book, absolutely my favorite book. And this will help you blast through any of those limiting beliefs, any of those fears. Even if you read the first chapter, it's only 30 pages. That's 5 pages a day in 1 week. You will be inspired and blast through some of those negative beliefs. So, favorite book, 5 days. So, this is my challenge. Can you read this in the next 100 days? And I looked at it and I mapped it out and I saw that there were 500 pages. And if you read a mere 5 pages a day, 5.5, and some are super short, so you can not count them, you'll get through it in about 100 days. And I also think you'll beat it because you'll be reading and it's a page turner and you'll be inspired and you'll start making movement forward toward your goals and doing more video and you'll get through faster. But I think a lot of times we go, oh my gosh, 500 pages. How am I going to read this book? Well, you read it 1 chapter at a time, 5 pages at a time, but commit to reading and advancing. Tyra, you were wondering, well, okay, well, it stopped me because I don't know what to do. So commit to learning something about video marketing, reading, watching videos, joining the show every Tuesday. Every day, do something to learn about video marketing, video streaming, video production to get you past that block. And again, commit to 100 days. Tune back in, share comments, share on my wall, right? Let's celebrate each other's accomplishment. So if you can accept that challenge, then this is great. A couple things here. I was looking at, oh, I love that, Tyra. Love that you are walking your talk. And yeah, and I still get nervous too, Tyra. And there are still the voices here. So let's blast through those voices. So we address I don't know what I'm doing. Let's start learning. Let's start advancing ourselves there. As Mike said, let's keep failing forward. My first video was my worst video. Your first video will be your worst video. So keep moving forward. But the next part is the voices. And in my dream journal, one of the things this past year, I was inspired to talk to my clients about, and we had a session. So I'm just going to go to the page that was in the journal for that session where if you notice, I'm big on Post-its. Got that in the carousel as well. This says Believe You Can, the name of the show here. One of the things I want to inspire you is get rid of those critical voices. Get rid of the negative voices. Are they coming from an external source? Is it coming from a partner? Is it coming from a friend? Is it coming from a spouse? Is it coming from a parent, a teacher, a peer, a so-called friend? I want you to first, yes, believe you can, but first, let's replace the voice. Replace the voice. So any negative messages, jot them down on a piece of paper. Any criticisms, jot them down. Any doubts that you can do it or not. And then OPO, other people's opinions, write all these things down. And this is one of the things that I learned from a Tony Robbins. I like to call it a concert. And if you've ever been there, it's not quite a conference because it is loud and it's constant jumping up and down to get your energy going. Anytime people were listening for 12 hours and start falling asleep, he gets you out of your chairs rocking like a rock concert. But one of the things he had us do is write down any what's called limiting beliefs. So is it a criticism that you've heard? Is it a doubt? Is it self-doubt? Is it your own voice saying, oh, can I do this? I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. Just scribble all of the things down. Now, I don't want anyone starting a fire in their house, so I don't want you to burn it. I did not say that, but what I do want you to do is after you write all of those things, I want you to start scratching each one off and right next to it say, that's BS. The truth is, and then write what the truth is, a reaffirming belief. I want you to write down what the truth is. So we're going to replace the voice, as in that critical voice. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to write down all of the things that this is like, here we go. It's like the hand, the thing. We're going to write down all of the things that has stopped you from doing video. And then you're going to write down what the truth is. The truth is you have everything in you in order to do video right now. And you may even have all the technology. If you have a mobile phone, if you have a smartphone, you have all the technology to go to do an Amazon live show. Okay, you need to apply. So that's one thing you do. Okay, then you need to learn, then you need to go live. So write down the steps to be able to smash those limiting beliefs and put the truth down. And then rip up the piece of paper in tiny thousands of paper pieces instead of burning it, or crumple it up and just destroy it like you're a dog ripping your homework. The bottom line, you want to replace those negative voices, replace the internal voice that's stopping you from moving forward and doing more video. By the way, one of the upcoming shows, I thought, how am I going to do this? It's not really my brand of weight loss products, but one of the things that was blocking me for a while, and clients have come to this, it's like one of the number one objections by most women clients that have come to me is, I need to lose 10 pounds. I need to lose 30 pounds. I need to lose 50 pounds. I need to lose whatever amount. They feel that they're not presentable in front of it. First, in front of an audience. First of all, I want to address that right out of the gate is, has Oprah had a weight issue practically all of her life? Anyone growing up with her, 4 o'clock every day, 4 o'clock Eastern, tuning in. And we saw her go through these weight loss programs, and all of a sudden there was skinny Oprah. So which is more attractive, skinny Oprah or beginning Oprah? And the truth is, the answer really is, it doesn't matter. She's Oprah, right? She, from the get-go, didn't fit that model journalistic persona, and she was just herself. And yet, guess what? Millions of other women at home watching at 4 p.m. identified exactly with her exact model figure because they looked exactly like her. They could identify. So if you've allowed some standard in the media to stop you because you feel you don't look your best, you don't feel your best, you're like, oh, okay, let me just lose 10 pounds. Let me just do this. Let me just, I'm not enough. All of those things. I want you to eliminate that, write that down on that journal, rip it up into shreds, and realize that now is the time to do video, not in a year, not in 3 months when you lose the weight. By the way, let me just share again from personal experience, because I will be doing a show on some of the weight loss products, but the way I'm tying that in is because I was like, okay, I'm doing more video, but I felt like my face had no definition. And I'm like, I need to lose weight. Basically, I realized what the COVID-19 was, the 19 in there. I was like, if you've ever wondered what it's the 19 pounds you'll gain during those 2 years of the lockdown and the world stopping and things changing and people in this gridlock position. So I'm like, I had to lose 19 pounds. So I'm going to share in an upcoming live. I'm going to bring on some fitness experts, some health experts, and some of the products and the things that I use in order to lose the weight. But I didn't stop doing video before that. If you've noticed, I've been doing video for several months, even during COVID, right? Even during the year that I didn't look my best. I didn't feel that I looked my best. I also, for those of you who know me from the way back, right, when I wrote that first book, is I was in Hawaii for 7.5 years and I was teaching video marketing. I was doing video marketing. I had a YouTube show back in 2006 was my first channel. And at the end of the day, I look back and I say, I should have had way more videos than what I had, but I stopped myself. Why? Because I was 10 pounds overweight. I wanted to lose those 10 pounds. I'm like, okay, I'm going to lose it. And then 3 months later, maybe 8 pounds, to go. And I kept stopping myself from that. And here's, what I learned from that? Here's what I learned. Fast forward 10 years, I'm now in San Diego and I'm walking along the beaches of San Diego as opposed to the beaches of Hawaii. And I'm like, I should have done way more videos because you know what? Now I'm 10 years older and 10 pounds heavier than I was in Hawaii. So it's BS. It's nonsense. If weight or looks or anything, think Oprah, think other people in media that have succeeded in spite of what other people's opinions are or what other people think is the model. And know that there are millions of people just like you, no matter your age, your weight, your height, your this, your that, whatever it is, there are millions of people just like you. That's why your show will be unique because your show will be attracting the people that you attract. Joanne, I noticed you are here on the BYCshow.com here on Amazon Live. I love it. Joanne says, I had Awaken the Giants within on cassette tapes. I had to like adjust my eyes on cassette tapes. Yes, me too. I should actually bring that out and show even CDs, which is also kind of crazy now. Everything's digital, but yes, I did too, Joanne. And I love that you're here because one of the things you've talked about is seasoned adults. Your show is going to help seasoned adults handle technology, handle understanding how to build a website, membership site, growing businesses online, the digital media space, and you're going after, again, seasoned adults, which I love that term. So you want to think about the niche you're going for and not wait a moment longer before you do a show. So I love it. Here we go. Here we go. I just want to look at some of the comments before we show some of the other products and blast through some of these limiting beliefs. Tyra says, I thought that I was the only person leaving jotted down books everywhere. Yeah, no, we are sisters here because we do the same thing, Tyra. I love your energy, by the way. And I love this, Mike. My face stops my videos. Is this like I have a face for radio? And hey, that's what podcasts are for. If you really say, I really don't want to do video, fine. You can still take advantage of new media marketing doing podcast, and that's audio only. So don't let anything stop you from new media marketing, AKA social media marketing, and what I now call social video marketing, because posts are not going to cut it anymore. They're not going to get in front of people the way they used to. It's all about video, video, video. So reels on Instagram, TikTok on TikTok, and then shorts on YouTube. All of those 1 minute or less literally cannot be 61 seconds. So have it 58 seconds or 59 seconds, but no more than 60 seconds. And then it does have to be shot vertically with your phone because that's how a lot of people are watching social video. So, Joanne, I am about to purchase the hacks. Got here late. Glad I didn't miss it. Yay. And then, let me highlight, since we're talking about Awaken the Giant Within is what is on the Amazon carousel. We've got the pens over here. Let me back, like Joanne's description. Tyra, yes, me too. I love it. You guys are great. Mike Hill says, yes, I have a radio voice. But I'm going to scroll through here. These are the soft-covered journals if you're watching again on BYCshow.com. But then these are the coolest Post-it notes. And if you're watching on any other platform except the Amazon Live Influencer platform, run over, go ahead and log in on a different browser, BYCshow.com. These are the coolest Post-it notes. So I've got the normal Post-it notes in there, and you'll notice I throw all of these motivational things. I put them on my mirror. I put them on my computer. I put them everywhere and encourage my clients to do the same. I want you to do the same. Get into the habit. Believe you can on one. Another one is replace the voice, right? We're going to get rid of those critical voice. That's the whole goal for the next 7 days before we meet again next Tuesday. But what I've got here, I just ordered these. So that's why I can't show them in front of you. So you've got to go to BYCshow.com to see them. They're bubble shaped sticky notes. They're like little quotes. They're quotable. So you can have your famous motivational quote, whether it's Tony Robbins, you can go through his book. And as you see cool quotes, you can write it on one of the bubble sticky notes, post-it notes. Instead of it's shaped all square, it's shaped like a chat. You have to go to BYCshow to see this.com to see bubble shaped sticky notes, and they're bright and colorful. So did my Amazon live part here. Let's get back into mindset. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do, and let's go over to, we got from the bubble sticky notes, then over to the dream journal. Okay, a couple other private little notes that I wrote in here that I'm going to share with you today just because you came. Thanks for coming to the show, by the way, and thanks for sharing it with all of your friends. Let me make sure I show you the right pages. Okay, we've got replace the voice, believe you can. So that's the first step in this process. Get rid of the critical voices that have stopped you from doing more video or starting a podcast. Believe you can. That is the next step. That's the name of the show, because it's really more than anything, more than technology. The things that stop us from doing more video is believing we can do a show, believing we can attract an audience, believing we can do it being 10 pounds beyond what we want to be, believing you can. And then here are my last two messages that I encourage you to put on a Post-it this week. 4 Post-it notes from the dream journal, and then go grab this dream journal. It's showing in the carousel right now. Grab it. I love it. And then we will all track our progress over the coming 100 days as you do this. The next thing that I want you to do is to stop playing small and inspire the world. That's your mission. Once you tie in your voice, your message, your show to something that will help others grow, will help others succeed, will help others make more money, have more freedom. What is it that you do? Write that down again on a Post-it. Write it down. Write what your vision is. Write what your mission is. That is what will drive you when you're tired, when you're feeling like defeated, when things don't go your way. Right? The past 2 years, this has been some of the hardest years for business owners that I've coached because of how they've had to pivot. And some of them, the second they pivoted and they embraced the change, they're like, whoa, I just found an all new revenue source. But it was a struggle. And then some businesses they weren't allowed by their government to even operate. This is very depressing because it's things outside of our control that come down on us and weigh really heavy. So getting that mindset correct and then moving forward will be most critical in the coming days. I love this. Let's see. And Joanne Wolf says, hey, honey. And again, honey is her name, Honey Bueno. I love this name, by the way. It's like, it's good, honey. Hey, honey, I'm on the Amazon site. Those chat Post-its are so cool. Yes, I feel both of you are going to love those Post-its. And I think, where was it? Oh, the pens. There was something in the carousel that was like a lightning deal. It might have been the Post-its. So be sure to, I think it's within the next 4 hours. If you're here live, make sure you put it in your shopping cart and then check out to get that lightning deal. The other thing I want to highlight again, because some of the things that I wanted to highlight on this Believe You Can show, the things that I have all around the office, like the Rocky poster there, and you'll see these in the background. And they're basically, people have been asking about, what is it? So it's basically this. And let me highlight this here in the carousel. Let me make sure I'm doing my job here. Let me scroll over. Here we go. So they're motivational little, and you can see it's sub $10, $20 for a bunch of these. So hard work beats talents. Right behind you, never give up. Over here, love this because the name of the show. This actually inspired the show. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Yes. How true is that? You miss 100% of the shots you can take. And then you can see here, what I did is I essentially inserted it here, and then I'll highlight that as well. These acrylic holders, they're essentially marketing holders. I got them, the idea, from when we would have marketing events, and we would put these all on our booth, like marketing brochures. I was like, well, I'm just going to put motivational quotes, and then I put them on my bookshelf, on the wall, everywhere. So go grab that if you want to motivate yourself and inspire yourself to do more video and get your podcast launched. Okay, so the next few shows, I do want to address some of your questions. So, what else has stopped you from doing more video? Please share that so that I know how to structure some of the shows that are not necessarily on Amazon, but are streaming. And for my social video members as well, that we meet on Thursdays, let me know as well so we can structure that show. And remember, this Thursday, you're working what? On your business, not in your business. That's a Michael Gerber philosophy from the E-Myth. And by the way, that I should have added that in here because that book alone has revolutionized so many small business owners' mindset and business, that they begin to shift from the owner's mentality, from the baker mentality, to the owner mentality and entrepreneur mentality, where they grow their business. Live with Laura started following on Amazon. Thank you very much. And by the way, those of you who are not following yet on the Amazon Live Influencer Program, if you're at BYCshow.com, that is the new Amazon live streaming platform. It's the influencer platform. And right underneath, I believe it's like right over here from this video, you'll see a little follow button. You just click on that and then you'll follow me. So that way, anytime I do these random shows throughout the week or every Tuesday at 2 or 3, depending on when our guest is able to show up, you will get notified and you'll be able to tune in. But there are also some shows, like I did one show late Friday night here, and we had a lot of people in the UK that were up and tuned in. And it wasn't an announced show. We just went live because there were a few things that I wanted to share. So when you're following me by clicking that follow button, I always have to remember to tell people to do that. That also helps the channel as well. And I'm going to give a quick shout out for Rich. I love this. I'm too shy for video. Get out of here. He's another influencer who does great video and very entertaining. What I love about Rich's videos is that he lets his personality shine. And just like we were talking earlier about Oprah, right? Who cares, right? Just let your personality shine. Be who you are. What I love about Believe You Can, it has be and you in it. So be you. And Rich has attracted all of these fans who love his personality. He's a great guy. Finally got to meet him. It's great. I think we've been online friends for 2 years, and finally events started happening. And a couple weeks ago, I got to meet him. So it's good to see you in person, and now good to see you on the show. So whether you're watching from one of the 8 streaming platforms that we are broadcasting, streaming from StreamYard.vip, by the way, that is the link that will get you 2 weeks free as a trial, and then a discount if you do get a pro version. Otherwise, you can actually use StreamYard.vip. Beyond the trial, you can actually use their free service to stream. You just can't stream as long or to as many channels as when you get a paid program with the pro. And then the other thing the pro version gives you is unlimited recordings, as opposed to the free version or the other versions that are not pro. And you've got to download the video immediately. So that is a tip for people who are like, oh, does it keep your videos? Yeah, but only if you're in pro. If not, download immediately or you will lose your video. There's your tip. Okay, so let's see if there's not any questions. Let me make sure I've gone over all of the little motivational things that we've got in the carousel on Amazon. And if you want to go live on Amazon, oh, Joanne, I love it. I love those holders. Great idea. I know. You get to put anything in here. You could print out anything. You don't even have to print out the things that I got there. I just like the whole black and white version of that. But if you do have any questions, please let me know. Please share the show. This is a brand new show. And sometimes I come just myself to share some of my favorite things. I'm going to share my favorite video equipment, my favorite home studio equipment. But on the times that I'm not doing a solo show, I'm interviewing authors. So if you're an author, or if you know an author that has an inspiring story, an inspiring book, send them over to me. I am booking them over the next few videos next few weeks. I'm doing 3 things at once, reading your comments here, and we'll get authors that have an inspiring story. And then people that have a really inspiring story that have yet to write their book. I'm going to encourage you to write that book. But if you don't have a book yet, that's okay. We will still get you on the Amazon platform, and we'll just talk about journals and pens, because everyone can start writing their story with journals and pens. And that way it still qualifies for the Amazon Live program. And I'm going to highlight the pens in the carousel for those of you who missed it and are joining me a little bit late. My favorite. Where are they? There we go. So don't worry, even if you don't have a book, we will still get you on the show. And another author, we're going to have you on the show soon, hopefully next Tuesday, if not the Tuesday after that. Alicia Little, welcome, welcome, welcome. Be sure to follow right below. I think you may be. And follow Alicia as well. She is here. She's also on YouTube. I think you're joining in from Facebook, but she has a great YouTube channel. Go ahead and drop that in the comment, Alicia, so everyone can follow you on your YouTube show. She is phenomenal. I was trying to think of the word, but I might use Jersey terms on that, but she is phenomenal on teaching how to create shoppable videos or how to sell with video. So we're going to talk about that when we bring you on the show, Alicia, so that we can teach our viewers how to do more videos and how to make money by doing these shoppable videos. So, yep, let's get you on the show. Let's chat right after we wrap this show up, and we will be live again next Tuesday. I think that's a wrap. I'm looking through the carousel. I think we've highlighted at least all of my favorite things. Hopefully these will inspire you. Go ahead and put them in your cart, and be sure there's one of them that's a lightning deal. Be sure to check out within the next 4 hours. If not, within the next 24 hours. And yes, that helps me with my influencer status. It shows my show to more people on Amazon. So I appreciate you, even if it's just a box of pens that you grab when you watch my show, because it shows that people are watching and tuning in. And I'm just going to show a few of your comments that I love. Annie Wong, it's good to see you. She's saying, hi, Alicia. Tyra. This is Alicia of the Little Sister. Yes, we'll have to bring Lorette. I feel like she's always behind you. She's like the woman behind the woman. Oh, and you're on a plane. I just got a WhatsApp text from Alicia, and Alicia's on a plane. I love that you can tune in from a plane, flying wherever you're flying and speaking. But let's get you on the show within the next 2 weeks. And I think that's about it. Let's see if we play the final wrap-up video. I'm going to have to cue it over. Thank you. I love you, Annie. She says, Tyra says, I appreciate you. Annie says, thank you, Coach Deb. Thank you, Annie. And thank you, Mike and Alicia and Angie and Laura and Joanne and Honey Bueno and Rich. And scrolling up. I know Mike was here. Steve Zellers, Tyra, Mike Hurd, Matt Gill, Andy Falco, and so many others. If you didn't write a comment, or if I didn't see it from the platforms, thank you for joining. I feel like I do somewhat of the romper room status here, but we are going to play the outro here. Let's see if we can do this and say bye at the same time. Thank you, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Aloha.
You're listening to Believe You Can, produced by MBO Productions. Today's show is sponsored by GrooveCell.vip, where you can get a free website and blog today. Now, back to your host, Coach Deb Cole.